What's up, everybody? On today's edition of The Fight Life, we have a special in-studio guest, Roxanne Modafferi. She's talking about her book that she just released, The Memoirs of a Happy Warrior. It's a pretty cool book. Make sure you guys check it out. And for those of you that haven't checked it out yet, we are giving away a free copy. So during the interview, we're going to tell you guys how you can go ahead and get your hands on that. Smash Fields is back. He's going to be talking about his On the Bandwagon segment. It's going to be a little surprise also. We've also gone in depth with Justin the Gravedigger Driggers. We spent a little bit of time with him. Talk about his upcoming fight. It's the last amateur fight of his career. He's definitely an up-and-comer, somebody to be on the lookout for. But he will be fighting for the World Fighting Championships, the WFC, here in Las Vegas on March 23rd. That's going to be downtown Las Vegas, under the light. So make sure you guys get it. If you get an opportunity, make sure you guys get down there and check that out. Now, we're not going to hold back. We're going to jump straight into this. Roxanne Modafferi. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to The Fight Life. We are here with Roxanne, the Happy Warrior Modafferi. How's it going today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
All right. You know, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. You've been around mixed martial arts for quite a long time. You've been an inspiration and basically a trendsetter for a lot of women in mixed martial arts. We most recently saw you on the first season that had females in The Ultimate Fighter. Let's talk a little bit about that. What it's been like, you know, being somebody that a lot of these female fighters look up to.
Well, The Ultimate Fighter was a really fun experience for me. I was living in Japan for 8 years, and I came back and I got to experience what it was like to train, you know, American style, so to speak. And I made a lot of friends. I got really good coaching. It was fun, except for losing, but, you know, everything else was good.
Well, you know, that was definitely a tough fight, but you held your own. You know, it's expected of a veteran such as yourself. Let's talk a little bit about the change, though. You did come out here. You started training with Syndicate Martial Arts. You know, what kind of prompted that change for you to come back stateside and start training with that particular gym?
I really loved my life in Japan, but I was so impressed with the training that I got in The Ultimate Fighter that I really wanted to keep getting that training. So actually, Brian Caraway recommended that I come to Vegas because it was the hot seat for MMA. So I came back, I tried some gyms, and I fell in love with Syndicate and the coaches and the people. And yeah, I love it.
All right. Now, you know, we're going to go back a little bit because you've recently written a book. And you're saying that it covers a little bit of your time in Japan, the first time that you went down there. So tell us a little bit about the book and, you know, what readers can expect from that.
Yes, and it's right here. It's called Memoirs of a Happy Warrior, and it covers the 1-year period I was in Japan as a student. So in my junior year of college, I went to Japan for a year, and I studied Japanese. I adventured around Japan. I had my first 3 fights. I debuted, and I had my first 3 fights. It was awesome.
All right. Now, what is it that took you out to Japan?
I studied Japanese language and literature in college, and I wanted to become really fluent because just 4 years wasn't enough. 4 years of college wasn't enough, so I got a job teaching English in Japan, so I moved there after college.
All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about the culture. You know, it's obviously a warrior culture, and MMA was huge in Japan for very long time. You know, I think it had picked up there a lot more before UFC and things started to kick off here. What was that like for you? What was the training like for you?
Man, I saw one of the last prides.
Right.
And then Heroes and Dream and, oh yes, Pride Forever. But yeah, they're, you know, they're hardcore. I don't know, it's hard to really compare training styles. You know, everyone works really hard. I find in their daily lives, they really push themselves to the extreme. You know, the average business person's day is from like 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's what is expected of them. I don't know, a little bit of archaic training style in some regards. For example, like in my old gym, we used to do like 500 push-ups at the end of the class. Like, all right, you lazy guys, 500 push-ups, just like hardcore stuff. But I mean, I don't know, it's just different style.
Now, you know, Nate Marquardt was another fighter that had gone out there and trained, and he said that the traditional training in basically Japan, it did differ because there was a lot more discipline. Is that something that you experienced in your training up there?
I think the Japanese culture in general has more self-discipline. Like, the people hold themselves to a higher standard. That's one thing I really respect about their culture, and one thing I really like is, like, everything has to be perfect. Whatever they do, no one just does something, part way. So, everyone always tries to be perfect.
Now, after spending so much time out there and then coming out here stateside, what is it that you bring to the table into your training here that you learned out there?
Ninja techniques. But they're secret, so.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'd like to.
But if you go to YouTube and you Google Roxy ninja techniques, you will find some.
Okay.
But they're secret. But some of them are on YouTube.
They're secret, but they're out there.
Exactly.
Okay. Make sure you guys check that out. It's Roxy Ninja Techniques on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Are you wearing a mask and all that good
You'll
stuff?
have to go see.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out because now I'm really, really interested. Now you recently signed with Invicta. Tell us what that means to you. I mean, obviously you fought in women's organizations in the past, and now you're fighting for a women's organization here in the States. Yeah,
I've always wanted to fight for Invicta, actually. I've heard such awesome things about them. I've seen their shows on the internet broadcasts, and the talent is awesome, the production is awesome, and I'm excited to be a part of it,
Now, do you have an exact date or any time set for your next
I don't
fight?
yet. I wish I knew. But, I always train as hard as I can all the time, so I'll be ready.
You're always
Just
ready.
show me my next opponent.
All right, perfect. Now, if people want to, read the book, how is it they going to find the information for that?
Well, it's being sold on burninghorsemedia.com. Also, that's the website, burninghorsemedia.com.
Okay. And if they run into you?
They run into me, say, "Hey, Roxanne."
Okay, perfect. Well, there you guys go. As far as the book, you're going to go to burninghousemedia.com.
Burning horse, like.
Burning horse. Like a horse. Okay.
Like that.
So you can go to burninghorsemedia.com. That's where you're going to be able to find Memoirs of a Happy Warrior. Definitely looking forward to reading that, actually.
Thank you.
We are also going to be doing a giveaway here through Fight Life Media. So, throw some comments down below. And, we're going to have a signed copy of the book available for somebody. Just tell us what it is you fight for. That is one of the key things that we always ask anybody that ever comes in studio. And everybody has a story. Everybody has a reason for waking up in the morning and do what they do. And so that's definitely, we'll go through the answers and see which one we like the best and make a pick from there for the book. But now you got to answer that question. What is it that motivates you? What is it that keeps you coming into the gym every day and staying in the sport as long as you have? What is it that you fight for?
Perfection. I want to be perfect at what I do. So if I can't do the punch perfectly straight or whatever, I get really frustrated. Like, I have to be perfect. So, I have not achieved that yet, so I'm going to keep fighting until I can satisfy myself.
All right. Perfection. Always remember that, guys. That's always something to strive for. So from Fight Life Flip and Roxanne, the Happy Warrior Modafferi, we will talk to you guys later. Peace.
Thank you.
It is Smash time here on yet another edition of On the Bandwagon. I am Smash Fields, and this week, let's just be realistic. We all know what I'm going to talk about, the ban on TRT, which, let me just start by saying I am so excited about. I mean, finally, we get to see guys go mano-a-mano. I mean, instead of having to go man versus, TRT replaced Android. Perfect example, Vitor Belfort. Now, here's my thing with him that really upset me about this whole Chris Weidman thing is he's constantly going to Dana White, going to Chris Weidman's camp, and he's saying, "Oh, well, I want you to do more testing, WADA, whatever it is, I want you to do that." And then as soon as the UFC and the NSAC says, "Oh, well, guess what? We're going to ban TRT. We're taking away your leash." All of a sudden, Vitor goes, I back out. And you back out of your title fight against Chris Weidman? That just goes to show that you were never ready for the fight in the first place. I mean, this TRT thing, finally, we're nipping it in the butt. This is where we need to be at. Now, unfortunately, it does suck for some guys. Like, everybody knows how big of a Chael Sonnen fan I am. And now, it's going to hurt Chael a little bit. And then Dan Henderson being the last person who's going to be allowed to use the exempt. it kind of hurts the heroes of the sport, but at that same time, guys, when you start to get up there in age, maybe it's just time for you to walk away. And that's just coming from me, and I know that you guys are the big guys on campus, and I'm just a sweet little freshman, but come on, guys. You have to know when it's time to go. Now, other things that this affects? Nothing at all. Because the way that I look at it is this. If you're going to have a fight, guys, it's already great that we cut enough weight to get down to wherever we want to get. Why should I have to fight somebody who's gone through puberty 3 times? I mean, I've only went through it once, to my knowledge. But if it ever happens again, I'll let you guys know. TRT just doesn't need to be in our sport. And I'm so glad that the UFC is finally taking a stance against this, and the NSAC is taking a stance against this. You guys have done a great job. And for this week, I'm on the bandwagon.
My whole camp has changed up and down, you know, and I kind of grew as a fighter. You know, when you first get in MMA, you really don't know what to expect, because I come from Muay Thai, from boxing, I come from striking, you know, and it's just completely changed my style and my way of thinking about doing stuff, you know. MMA is hard, man, it's not easy, you know. If it was easy, everyone would do it, you know, so. Nick has helped me a lot, man, and I'm working with Sergio Pena now, and you know, just building confidence in my camp. You know, before I was with Extreme Couture, and you know, I love those guys too, man. You know, I'm with Sergio now, and it's been amazing, dude. The last 2 years, a lot of fights, a lot of wins. You know, a lot of looking for fights. You know, so. A lot of friends, you know what I mean? A lot of ups and downs with life, you know, so the real world hits me too, you know, just like everyone else, so it's been good. I train with the best, you know what I mean? The best strikers, the best jiu-jitsu guys, the best wrestlers, you know, in Vegas, you know what I mean? And probably in the nation, you know what I mean? You know, not taking away from anyone else at their camps, but I get beat up a lot, man. You know what I mean? I get beat up in the gym, you know, seriously, you know, choked out, tapped out, right? Every one of my sparring partners, right, my training partners specializes in their own world. In what they're good at, they're good, you know what I mean, you know? And in MMA, it's impossible for one guy to be good at everything, you know what I mean? So you always get those guys that are better than you in certain aspects of the game. But, you know, just keep coming, keep getting better, and, you know, it's life, it's part of life, it's a learning experience, you know. My gym, you know, we're training, it's real deal, you're getting beat up, man, you're training hard, you know, and you might even get injured in the gym, you know what I mean, throughout looking for fights, you know, but I just, like any fighter, you gotta stay ready and keep going, you know, and keep positive, you know. Fighters, you know, there's that saying, fighters aren't made in the gym, you know what I mean, they're made with, you know, a dream, a desire that they have to, that they want to come true, you know. Now, I believe I'm gonna be successful because my dream's bigger than the other person's dream. I'm more excited about fighting on the strip, you know, on, actually not the strip, Fremont Street, the old strip, you know. Always wanted to fight on Fremont Street, you know, whether it was a street fight, cage fight, whatever, you know. I always thought it'd be cool knocking someone out in Fremont Street, you know, so. I'm more excited about that, and it's gonna be the first time ever they had cage fights there. So the first time they built a cage in the middle of Fremont Street, Fremont experience, you know. I'm excited about that opportunity, you know. But as far as the organization itself, right, I'll fight wherever One Kick Nick wants me to fight. It doesn't matter, I show up. You know what I mean? He's my coach and manager. I show up, I fight, you know, and then we go party, so. I was supposed to fight Anthony Browder, right? And I don't really know anything about the guy, you know what I mean? I've seen a couple of his fights, but it doesn't matter. You know, I train to win, I train to finish fights, and I train with some of the best guys out there. There's no way in hell he's got teammates like I have teammates, you know? All my teammates are cutthroat, you know, and we don't take it easy on each other in the gym, you know? We work hard, train hard, and fight hard, you know? WFC, I'm excited, you know, it's for a title, another title, you know, it'll be my my third amateur title, you know, official, and it's gonna just be another thing on the resume, another thing to talk about, you know. I really don't think amateur titles matter, you know. It's more important that I get a fight, you know, 3 3-minute rounds and get to finish the fight and get more experience, you know. Yeah, I've already been there, done that, so I'm just looking forward to getting this warm-up fight out of the way and going pro, you know, fighting pro for WFC on their next show after this at the Ahi. That's the next fight. It's already been set up. Next steps, fighting WFC pro debut at the Ahi in Laughlin. Get your tickets now.
All right, guys, today on the flip side of things, we're going to talk a little bit about social media. One of the things that Fight Life Media does is we help a lot of fighters out with their social media management, different ways of them being able to acquire more fans and get more eyes on them. One of the things that we want to talk to you guys about, it's a little tip and trick. Make sure that your handle is the same across all platforms. So let's say, you know, for us, for example, we're at Fight Life Media on Twitter, at Fight Life Media on Instagram, and then if you go to Vine at Fight Life Media, as well as Facebook /Fight Life Media. You know, that way if you have fans that are going to basically be going to look at your page, and then they want to find you on Twitter, find you on Instagram, because these are all different platforms, they will be able to consistently find you. But a lot of times what we see is, you know, a lot of people have their first name here, let's say it's John, so it'll be at John the Fighter on Twitter, and then on Instagram it's at John MMA. Well, you know, your fans aren't really going to be able to find you unless they have your first and last name, and sometimes it's even hard with that, especially if you have a real common name. So make sure that you're basically using the same handles across all platforms. It's going to make it a lot easier for your fans to find you, and of course, you know, you can always link everything in that way, and anytime somebody mentions you, if they mention you on an Instagram post, it's going to come up on your Twitter post. So, you know, just a couple things for you to think about. Definitely something that's going to help you out in the end, you know. And once again, at Fight Life Media, we're always here to help you guys out. If you guys have any questions at any time, feel free to, you know, find us on any of the social media platforms, what we just told you, at Fight Life Media, or you can find us on Facebook.com/Fight Life Media. Just drop a message, as well as find me at Fight Life Flip across all platforms. So if you guys have any questions, once again, get at us, and we'll definitely be there to help.
Hi, this is Roxanne Modafferi. I'm here at Syndicate MMA, and I'm going to demonstrate another ninja technique. It's called the Ninja Fist. And my friend from Tough 18, Shayna Baszler, is going to help me. Okay, you ready? She'll never see it coming.
All right, everybody, I want to thank you for checking out this episode. We want to thank Roxanne Modafferi for coming down to be on the Fight Life. We also want to thank Justin the Gravedigger Driggers for letting us go into his camp, spend a little bit of time with him. March 23rd, he's going to be fighting his final amateur fight. You definitely want to get down there and check that out. That's going to be downtown Las Vegas, beneath the lights of Fremont Street. So, you know, if you get an opportunity, you can definitely check it out. WFC, once again, World Fighting Championships, March 23rd. A day before that, on March 22nd, there is going to be the Las Vegas Sports Festival and Fit Expo. You guys want to check that out? That's going to be down at the Sunset Sport Park on Sunset Road, not too far from the airport. So if you're, you know, traveling into town, make sure you guys get an opportunity and check that out. Tons of cool stuff going on that day. You can make a whole weekend of it between them and the WFC. You know, fitness, bodybuilding, mixed martial arts. What more could you really ask for if you're a true fan? And if you get an opportunity, guys, go to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram feeds, and you have to see the video that Roxy did talking about why she's here. It's a little 15-second clip, but it's hilarious. You guys have to be sure to check that out. But from Fight Life Flip and everybody here, as always, Without you, there's no us. You are Fight Life Media.